thought stock of the day, something a bit different. I always choose it, something that's in the news. And the launch of these Bitcoin ETFs overseas, billions of dollars being invested into them in the last 24 hours. As we looked on the trade just half an hour ago here on ausbiz, the Bitcoin chart has broken out, but you're starting to see some of the professionals selling out of Bitcoin. I said the professional traders are selling as the mugs are all coming in through to your ETF. Would you be buying a Bitcoin ETF at the moment, Jun Bei?
I don't think so.
Right.
You know, for me, look, there are so many ways of investing in Bitcoin, and then you don't really need a Bitcoin ETF to do so. It's usually a sign. We've seen it again with so many different asset classes. It's a sign. It's a top of the market because there's so much hot money sitting in it. Look, Bitcoin itself, in terms of fundamental, it's really reflective of where the risk, investor risk appetite sits. Last 12 months, we had a massive bull market across the Nasdaq, and Bitcoin tend to somewhat correlated with that because people want to buy alternative asset class to chase return. So from here on, it does look like it is looking very, very volatile. Perhaps it's something you should hold in a portfolio, but it's very difficult to find the fundamental support at this point, just simply because regulatory environment is tough for its fundamental to say it's definitely this price. So my view is that I think Bitcoin is not something that's
Mark, because it's had a massive run up in the last 6 months in anticipation of overnight when these ETFs got the go ahead. So, you've bought the dream. Do you now sell on reality, or is this going to give Bitcoin another leg up?
I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference I think it provides more liquidity on a longer term basis. I think it legitimizes the crypto space. It's one further step forward in legitimizing the crypto space as a proper asset class. So the Winklevoss twins tried to get an ETF going on this in 2013. So it's been a long time coming overall.
Because the SEC has been dead against it, still is, says this is a market that is run by the Russian mafia, basically to quote them.
And they're
been overruled.
Probably a nudge from the IRS, easier for tax tracking in the US. So they traded nearly $5 billion first day. There was 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs, BlackRock, Grayscale, and Fidelity were the three largest. So it's a fairly significant. First, I think it's broken the record for first trading day volume in an ETF by miles.
Would you buy?
Look,
ETF at the moment?
Not at the moment. I'd see how it plays out. I mean, I think Ethereum. If you're going to look at actual crypto, Ethereum's got a lot more utilization value because it's got a better blockchain, smarter transactions. Bitcoin's kind of it's more the flag bearer, really. It does simple online transactions. So, but look, the fiat currency system. I mean, I traded obviously credit spreads in the GFC, which was not much fun at all, and essentially, I actually bought some Bitcoin back in around about 2010, which I got impatient with, and I unfortunately sold way too early. But the basis of that was that if King Dollar has a fall, their national debts are spiraling through the roof. So, and there's not the euros. I heard a currency analyst say, it's the least dirtiest shirt is the US dollar. So if you've got currency analysts saying that, it's like, things like gold and crypto, they're stores of value. They may start to attract. They may start to attract some further pricing up. There's a halving of Bitcoin in April this year as well. So, I think assuming that there's 50 to 100 billion, most analysts have said, flooding into it this year, they still are calling 100,000. But look, at this stage, I wouldn't be necessarily buying here at the moment. I would, same as the risk assets. We're not getting long risk assets here at the moment. So we probably wouldn't be getting long Bitcoin, but probably looking to buy the dip for the long term.
$1 billion in the first 30 minutes.
That's quite open. Certainly reflective. There's a lot of demand for it, right? Demand as in both sides. So maybe what this does is facilitate the liquidity for the asset class, and eventually when it does mature, this will have a lot more value. But it's just really early stages.
It is really early stages for an asset class. It is early stages.